What's going on, recliners? Welcome back, or welcome to the channel. Today I will be checking out another episode of The Sopranos, Season 3, Episode 7. Last episode was definitely an interesting one. Not a fan of what they did to that poor girl, by any means, but it really showed, like, the severity of how much Ralphie needs to go. You know, initially when I was watching it, I just getting this feeling like, this episode doesn't seem to fit. But in the end, it got there. Sadly, the way it did, terrible. So yeah, unfortunately, Ralphie beat his baby mama to death and just left her there outside the club. You know, he's just progressively getting worse and worse as the season goes on. It's going to be interesting to see how Tony decides to handle him. He already passed him up for, like a captain already because of his behavior. But now after this, I don't know. And we also got a little bit more insight into Meadow's personal life. How she's been doing at college, what she's been doing with that guy who is now her ex. I definitely know Tony's going to be happy about that whenever he finds out, but poor Meadow. I believe that was her, first. So, yeah, that's definitely got to be tough with her. And now she has her wackadoo roommate to come home to every night. Poor Meadow. Other than that, though, those were like the two main focal points. We did get Tony and Carmela in a brief little therapy session, but only thing he really seemed to reflect on in that was the death of the girl from Bada Bing. Aside from that, though, nothing else of note really went down. Still curious to see what's going on with Uncle Junior and his cancer. Janice has been quiet for a couple episodes now, which is odd for her. So I wonder what she's up to. If she's still seeking the path of Christ, I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of Christopher since his promotion episode. And the whole thing with Artie and Adriana, I know she was not interested, but, what's going on with him? Is he still getting the divorce? Is he going into business with Tony? I don't know. I've made a comment to this before in other episodes. They seem to skip a couple episodes before they revisit plot points, which is fine. There's a lot to cover. But I wonder what's going to be revisited in this one. So we're going to go ahead and check this one out. Before we do, as always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate it if you could leave it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. So yeah, let's check out Season 3, Episode 7 of The Sopranos.
10, 9, 8.
Is he already getting surgery?
Someone here to see you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you Hector me.
Or is he dreaming?
Guaranteed cure.
No more cancer?
Not a single disease cell.
Yeah, nah, it's just a dream.
It's Dr. Enlow. I have the results of the frozen section.
Is it clean, Enlow, or not?
Yes, it's clean.
So they removed all the cancerous cells? If that's the case, that was quick.
You did very well. The news is all good.
Beautiful.
If you'll excuse me, I have another patient waiting.
If there's ever anything I can do, a favor, anything. Game 3.
Hey, I f***ing won, Paulie. It's only right you pay me.
Yeah. You make a bet, pay up.
Worry a little more about what you give me. You wearing a wire? Take them off. Everything.
Why is he giving him such a hard time?
And don't take it personally.
And I get their paranoia because of pussy and everything.
I said everything.
Go f yourself.
Before I was breaking balls.
Yeah, why was he even breaking balls? Or is he still just busting his balls?
I guess you could call that a dick.
We're going to FBI headquarters.
Balsamic.
That's all they have at King's these days. Balsamic, balsamic, balsamic.
I don't even like balsamic.
I gotta go. All right, you. See you later.
He's got homework to finish before the trip. Go ahead, Anthony.
Imagine Tony sends Anthony Jr. with a bug of his own. Go bug the Fed's HQ.
Actually, if you must know, Tony has been a little better.
He's no Angelo Stanford, that's all.
What is that supposed to mean? So what? He doesn't need therapy? He prescribes his own tranquilizers?
Don't be so sensitive. All I was saying was
I
that
know what you were saying. Spare me your concern, all right? And spare me your attitude, too.
the waters don't part for you wherever you go.
I earn it.
I hate parents like that, man. It's one thing to be concerned, but
Anyway, $4 a pound.
oh yeah.
Who brought this in here? It's a place of business. That's an office back there. I pay you a f***ing salary.
I know there's a deeper meaning behind the fish, but bit of an overreaction. Isn't that what, like, Tony was like fixated on the statue in the first episode?
You sounded tense on the phone.
That statue is not my favorite.
Is that what you think? I'm giving you the silent treatment?
I'm worried about my husband. You know, when his mother died, maybe...
All those problems would go away.
I know that he is your patient, and I am only the patient's wife. The fact is, Tony isn't under the weather today. He just didn't feel like coming.
He was distressed about this
She's
young
used to
man's
it.
death in the garbage compactor.
He reports to a strip club. Who knows how he spends his days? Tony has been out of sorts for so long, and there is nothing I can do to help him.
But as you've pointed out, your husband is my patient.
I am not the one who needs mental help.
I mean, you could definitely benefit from a little therapy yourself. Oh, she can't treat her, can she? Conflict of interest?
That really won't be necessary, but thank you anyway.
Graphic. So, I got back your complete. It's possible, though, that there may be some malignant cells we didn't get. We took a small sampling of the tumor from the frozen section. When we got back the complete results, it showed nodal involvement. Let's schedule you for Tuesday at 6 a.m. We can admit and prep you Monday night.
When can he eat regular food again?
I'd guess 2 weeks. So let's fill out the...
Somebody to ask questions. You ask one dumb question about my diet.
The man's concerned about the food. His priorities.
Carmela! Hi!
How are you doing, Angie, with Pussy gone?
Oh, you know. That's Coco's worst time of the day. I can't leave her.
Angie, that dog is not a substitute for human contact.
24 years, he disappears one day, and I get left with a sick dog. Well, where am I going to come up with $1,200? I mean, Tony helps out, and I am so grateful.
Sorry, that must be so tough.
I mean, I can get her struggling financially, but, like, emotionally, didn't she, like, hate Pussy? Want to leave him?
Oh, my God.
She just hit the jackpot.
10? That's Sasquatch size, Christopher.
Where'd I get 10 from? I'll get you 8.5 tomorrow.
I feel like he messed up really big. What's the occasion?
Except for that Sparcone Paulie. Him and the Coupe de Ville he rode in on. What'd he say?
I love you, baby.
Oh, you fucking better.
You could have called. Now everything's cold.
All right, don't bust my chops, Camille. I got a lot on my mind. The hell with heating it up. It's good like this.
I'm having lunch with our daughter's dean tomorrow. I gather you won't be joining me.
We already shell out 40 grand a year to those people.
It's well spent.
But some asshole is trying to shake me down.
Fine, Tony, don't go. Angie bumping Sarah. Her dog is sick.
What's wrong with him?
Her. Osteoporosis. Angie needs money for an operation.
He left Angie holding the bag, which is not right. He ratted us out, calm me and you. And that's where he is. And I don't want to hear about him ever again.
Who was your oldest?
Easy. Chucky Pericchio's mother. Who was your most famous?
You know Penn and Teller? Penn. And I didn't him. I gave him head. And he acted.
Oh, my you. Get the out of my sight.
Dude, really? You swapping war stories. Freaking... You asked her, and then you act like that when she answers? Come on.
Hey, Paulie, it's 2 a.m.
I know. Sorry for the intrusion, honey. Put something on and come out here.
These are for aid.
Nice goods. My Broadway's a size 10. Patsy, pack up some of these shoes. Make yourselves comfortable. We'll just have a little look around.
Dude, I feel like he's getting treated worse now than before. Yeah, like, dude, what the hell is his deal?
Too many different needs to get lost in other eyes.
Meadow? Oh, didn't you hear me knocking? Made you the ziti with the sweet sausage that you like.
Ugh, I'm so starved.
Cigarettes in here. You're not smoking, are you?
Caitlin.
I'm reading the new Barbara Kingsolver.
So wish I had time for fiction.
How was the drama queen doing, anyway?
Fine. Can we not talk about this, please? You're going to lunch with the dean?
Can we not talk about this now, please?
Mom. Yeah, secretary called.
No money, I'm sure. Probably want a donation from us.
The real reason I
What if it's about something about metal?
You call losing a wonderful man because of Dad a thing? Look, don't drag me into whatever bullshit, accommodational pretense you've got worked out with Daddy.
What was that, last night's reading assignment?
She's in college, whipping out the big words now. Rookie mistake, man. Need the lid on.
What the f*** is Bacala? He's supposed to be doing this shit for you. You look better, too.
If you're gonna lie to me, tell me there's a broad waiting in the car. Wants to tongue my balls.
Kennedy says he eat only what I can sift through a straw. What's going on with you and Ralphie Cifaretto? Bacala tells me there's bad blood now.
Enough on your plate? I mean, in your blender?
I'll say.
What about your own problem?
Kennedy's put me under the knife again.
Don't you think you should talk to somebody else, get a second opinion? What? I'm supposed to be impressed because the man's name is John Kennedy?
You were gone a long time. How many White Castle did you have?
I didn't, I swear.
I can smell them.
Can't hurt to make a call.
People come from the city to see Kennedy. All right, you set it up. You come with me. My nephew thinks I need a second opinion. Anthony is a cunt hair away from owning all of northern Jersey. And I am the cunt hair.
Nah, man. Like, with something like this especially, you need a second opinion. He's not trying to get you off this earth any quicker or anything.
A paisan.
Not far from you either. New Brunswick.
Now get out.
To Meadow Soprano, a valuable addition to the Columbia community. Inquiring, does all her work, and makes insightful contributions to class discussion. Let's not tell her, though. We don't want her overconfident.
So then what's the purpose of the meeting? Is it really just money?
Tony, what the hell?
Yeah, what?
Working on my anger lately, so I figured it'd be good if I could just quietly say.
What the hell's on his lip?
Then I saw the Cadillac. The money I give you. Anything else, you come to me. But think twice before you do. Good girl. Good girl. You don't look sick.
Oh, freaking lying about the dog, too? What, she need to make another Cadillac payment? Nah, I don't feel bad for her.
This is how I spend the other half. Fancy word for fundraising.
Yep, alright. Just about the money.
Everybody who donates gets their name up there?
The wall is reserved for people whose commitment begins at the $50,000 level. All the information, including tax benefits, is in here.
50 grand? You gotta be kidding me. We get $5 grand a year. That's a long way from 50. It's around $5 grand. Not a penny more.
This is the treatment I would recommend.
Are you getting this?
So the chemotherapy would be instead of the surgery.
Having the 6 hairs I have left fall out and still have to be cut again.
I'm afraid that's a possibility. Dr. Kennedy is an excellent surgeon.
Isn't there some way you people could just agree?
Sure. Another specialist who then work together to reach a consensus.
And Kennedy will be there.
I assure you, no surgeon would miss it.
Kind of side with Uncle Junior on this one. Chemo is not a fun time. You go through all that just to maybe have the surgery anyway. Just skip it. Have the surgery.
Dr. Krakauer? Hi, yes. Thanks for calling me back. Grove Avenue, right. Okay. I gotta go. Bye-bye.
It says with pulp.
You like it with pulp.
What's that for?
I'll write you up a list. Oh, honey, I missed you so much. Did you miss me?
Sure. Yeah, it was pretty good. They had PlayStation 2 right in the hotel room.
And? That was the sum total of your trip to your nation's capital?
That would be me.
All the money you give to Angie Bump and Sarah, but there's not enough to make sure your own daughter is protected.
That's what the freak out is for.
Pat you down.
Pat me down, I could do standing on my head. It's every fucking thing else.
Yeah, I heard he strip searched you.
He was sniffing her fucking panties.
What?
You heard me.
Nah, even Tony knows that's not right.
So be a big boy and suck it up.
Male, Caucasian, 72 years old. A CT scan revealed no evidence of metastasis.
I thought we had it. I was told we had clean margins. You want the man's whole stomach.
His pressure fell below 60 systolic for 8 minutes on the table.
So what do I tell Meadow?
Maida?
Your patient sought a second opinion with Dr. Meadow.
Last thing I need is to operate with that little shit looking over my shoulder.
Oh, damn.
Oh! If you concentrate on your breathing, it'll be easier all around. All right, 20 minutes and I'll be back.
That's messed up, though. You're not going to do the surgery just because he sought a second opinion from a doctor he didn't like?
You sniff that girl's panties, fucking baby. You out of line. He's gonna marry the girl, for Christ's sakes.
Soon enough, there'll be more where that came from. My pain a source of entertainment to you? It's all your fault anyway. You don't know what this is like, Anthony. I can't get him on the phone. The nurses won't put me through to him.
Why not?
I sent him a box of cohibas.
I couldn't get past reception.
He must be very busy. 3 more weeks.
Dr. Kennedy, this is Tony Soprano. Call me back anytime, day or night.
Bye.
Cancer's such a son of a bitch, man. And what the hell is Christopher doing?
You're not even married yet. You're dipping into whores already.
You want more shoes? What?
No. I don't know why I thought you was a size 10.
I don't know either.
You ever go whining to the big man again about shit between you and me, we'll have a problem, my friend. You seen these?
I actually remember when those things came out, they really were everywhere.
Watch and learn, Phil. Watch and learn.
And he tracked him down.
I came here to see you.
Well, if it's about your uncle, you'll have to call my office.
They're at 10 yards to my drives.
Thanks, but I really can't accept it.
He don't play, right?
Stupid f***ing game.
You know, my uncle, he's not doing so well. He's got a bad reaction to that chemo.
There are worse things that can happen to a person. You gotta be on your at.
Make sure Mr. Soprano is scheduled for 2.
Just remember it.
The doctor was being a dick. That was actually pretty warranted.
Is he seeing another woman?
Yeah, you can make that plural. Yes, he sees other women. I said I was considering divorce. Us Catholics, we place a great deal of stock in the sanctity of the family. He's a good man. He's a good father.
You tell me he's a depressed criminal.
Organized crime.
The mafia.
Oh, Jesus. He betrays me every week with these whores.
Probably the least of his misdeeds.
It's actually good that she's saying all of this out loud now.
You must trust your initial impulse and consider leaving him.
You're wrong about the accomplice part, though.
You sure?
All I do is make sure he's got clean clothes in his closet and...
My apologies.
I like this guy.
Leave him.
Take only the children, what's left of them, and go. I'm not charging you because I won't take blood money. You can't either.
Damn.
You're right, I see.
You taking good care of this young man?
Jesus, Dr. Kennedy.
How you doing, guy? You got a top guy here.
Him?
Guy I'd go see if I needed to. You start to feel punk, you call me.
Thanks, Dr. Kennedy.
Is that the guy from Arrested Development? The guy giving the chemo?
Everybody else in this family sleeps all day. I thought I'd try it.
You, depressed? Because, you know, if you want to go to therapy on your own or something.
That's rich. You suggesting I go to a shrink?
It's not an attack on you, man.
Well, that can't be good.
I told him to put us down for the 50,000.
All right, maybe I could go another 5, maybe 10. But that's enough.
You got to do something nice for me today. I already told him 50.
50 G's.
Yes.
You look like you could use a night off from cooking. What do you say we go out?
Alright, guys. So, just got finished up with episode 7, and a bunch of stuff to go over on this one. One of the more minor things, we got to see Pussy's wife again and how she's been doing since everything. And I'm pretty sure she's doing just fine. I think that little show she put on for Carmela was just that, a show. My dog is sick, I couldn't get by without the help of Tony, blah, 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 blah. And then when Tony decides to pay a visit, she's sitting pretty with a very healthy looking dog, and she has herself like a new Cadillac in the driveway. It's like, yeah, Tony was right to be upset. Like, she's just trying to milk him for as much as she can when he doesn't have to do anything. It looks like she got the message, though, and she won't be trying to bleed Tony dry anymore. Speaking of bleeding Tony dry, 50 grand for just a donation, on top of the 40 grand a year in tuition, plus probably another like 15 to 20 grand a year in just expenses for her. It's like, damn. And this was back in the early 2000s. Insane. A part of me thinks that she would have accepted the $5,000 donation had she not have gone to that therapist who just laid it all out on the table for her and basically said, I'm not going to take your money because it's blood money. I think that was the trigger. Like, you know what, Tony, we're donating the whole full 50 grand. That's it. It's final. Now, I know she goes through a lot. She puts up with a lot. And she's got a lot. She should be speaking out loud with a therapist. Obviously, it's not going to be that guy because he wants nothing to do with her. But, she should be speaking to someone about this because, when she makes the comments like, oh, you ever try talking to Tony? He's a brick wall, blah, blah, blah. It's like, anytime she wants to talk, he may have something else on his mind and he just isn't up for it. And she gets mad. Then when he tries to talk, she's just like, man, poor me. Like, I'm gonna sleep all day because that's what everyone else does in the family. It's like, you can't say that's what you want and then not at least try and speak with him. Like, I don't know. They both have a lot going on, and I get the hostility between them, but they each need to cave a little bit and just, I don't know, try and talk. And you get the whole thing with Christopher. I know he's a recently made man, and Tony said as much during the ceremony, like, we're going to be checking you for wires, and it's kind of like a probationary thing. But Paulie seems to be taking it to, like, the extreme. Like, I get honoring what Tony said, but he's really going next level with it. Sniffing Adriana's panties. making him strip down to nothing to check him for a while. Like, I don't know. He just seems to be being a little extra right now, unnecessarily. Maybe it's like a hazing type of thing. Maybe he was put through it when he became maid. I don't know, but he needs to chill out a little bit. And we got poor Uncle Junior. Yeah, he went in, he had his surgery. Everything was looking good, but a little bit left behind. He's got to go back under. And now I totally get Tony's point of view too. It's like, well, don't just rush back into surgery. He is an older man with cancer. Like, let's maybe go get a second opinion. Why the freaking doctor took offense to that, I don't know. Maybe it's an ego thing. But then he's just like, all right, well, you know what? Screw him. Let him go speak to the other doctor if he's not going to, trust my high and mighty word. And yeah, he had to subject himself to chemo now. And it looks like he's still going through the treatments. I don't know if he can just stop now at this point or if he has to continue it, but either way, it's messed up. He's just going through unnecessary suffering when the other surgery may very well have just finished it up. And I could totally get what Uncle Junior was saying about how, like, well, why am I going to go do weeks of chemo just to find out I still need the surgery and have to go back under again? It's like, let me just get it done with. So, overall, definitely enjoyed this episode. A lot went down in it, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. But for now, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, as always, I'd appreciate it if you could leave it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys soon.